evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Faxon, and I'm coming to you live from my brand new live streaming position. We're coming to you from the other side of that screen over there. It used to be on the other side of it. Now, my boyfriend and I took a bunch of time to fancy up this wall. We took down an enormous TV that almost took us with it. We've booked it up and Funko'd it up. So now we are going to be coming to you live from this spot from now on, or until we can figure something else out. The lighting we're still working on, so we're going to figure that out. If you have any suggestions, we're definitely open to those. I have 3 enormous lights shining on me at the moment, which is extraordinary, and I feel like I should be wearing sunglasses, but we're going to suffer through and make it. It's actually kind of cool. It's really interesting to see how much just one light bulb can make a difference towards the production of these videos. So really excited to be coming to you from this new position, and really excited to share with you some things that happened over the weekend. So as many of you know, I attended Comic Fest, which is a small, intimate Comic-Con of sorts. It's not affiliated with San Diego Comic-Con or WonderCon or the major big guys, but this comic convention was really, really valuable for someone like me who really has, no experience in the trades at all. So I was able to learn things from how to do layouts for comics, learning about 9 panels, 6 panels, for what a splash page is, and all of those really technical details, to learning about lettering, which is an ancient comic art that I had no idea existed or was a thing. So my boyfriend and I attended one of the panels that we attended was on lettering, and kind of blew my mind about that. Had no idea that down to the actual letters within those bubbles, that there's a science behind that. And it makes sense that you want the comments throughout, or the dialogue rather, to help guide your eyes through the pages. But it was really interesting to hear the science and the psychology behind why those placements are so important. So that was really fun. Overall, the conference took place at the Sheraton Hotel up on Arrow Drive in San Diego. It was really well attended, but it was kind of funny because people aren't shaking hands right now. So all of us who've been trained in any kind of profession to extend a hand to meet your neighbor, we were all sort of jumping back and throwing the hands up with the fears of the viruses floating about, because we were in cold and flu and coronavirus season. So we all became very adept at fist pumping each other, but not just fist pumping, air fist pumping. So if those of you would like to follow along at home and air fist pump me, boom, you're a winner. So that was one of the things that we were doing this weekend, which added to the fun. It was sort of an interesting conversation starter. And overall, the whole Comic Fest was really a very pleasant experience. People were so wonderful and willing to talk and give you hints. See people fist pumping me back, thank you. We're really, really wonderful about sharing trade tips and hints, and just talking and getting to listen to my ideas, which was really nice. Got some feedback from one of the publishers there who wants me to send him the script for Bumpy's World, so going to be going to do that here in the next few days. I've got the script for chapter 1, so rather book 1, all done now, and I'm working on finishing up the look for the cover before I ended up sending it to him. So I'll definitely stay tuned, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. While I was at Comic Fest, paying extremely close attention to the editors panel, which actually was a very good panel. It was really a good experience to get to hear what editors look for, what they do, and essentially what they said was an editor helps a creative in their process, which was a really nice simplification, because so many times what do editors actually do aside from look for grammar and line editing and all of that? Comic editors especially look for layout, for character consistency, for grammatical errors. They are the whole package in one. So very good to learn about what they do. And now I know that that's something I need to pursue, not as a career, but to try to find someone who can help edit Bumpy's World to ensure that everything is consistent and professional in terms of its appearance, because, you know, I want to put a good product out there. And so while I was listening to the editors, I drew a little Bumpy doodle. Isn't he cute? And it was funny because the guy next to me, not my boyfriend, the other guy on the other side, was very interested in watching me doodle, and a part of me was like, don't look at him. He's not ready. But he's definitely ready to meet the world and excited to jump off the page and onto your bookshelves. Now, speaking of pages on the bookshelf, while I was at Comic Fest, I discovered a really, really cool comic series by Fabre Comics. It is called The Pale. Now, this currently has six books to it, 6 chapters, and the 7th, I believe, is on the way. The first day I went there, I was drawn immediately to their art. I absolutely love their style. Gonna flash through some of their covers here. They're absolutely gorgeous, beautiful coloration, and just drew me right in. I'm drawn to the Southwestern style from the get-go, and so I was beelined basically to their table and had a really good conversation with their artist. And so I picked up the first one, even though I was like, I'm quite sure, based on what she told me, that I'm going to come back for the rest of these. But I was like, you know, let's not throw all of our money at one table right off the bat. So I took the first chapter in The Pale and went out and sat down waiting for, I think, the vendor area to officially open up. And I think one of the photos I posted on Instagram is of me doing this. Just totally into the story. And then I ended up finishing it before we even left Comic Fest that day. And so first thing the next morning, I went straight to her table and asked Jay to please sell me the rest of them because I was absolutely hooked. And so over the last few nights, I've been reading through them and I've almost finished them. But last night I started to read the 6th one, and it was super late. I was really tired, but I was like, I must read. And only ended up getting 1 or 2 pages into it because I wanted to stop and take my time and enjoy it. Now, these stories are based out of Rocket Ridge, Arizona, a nice small town. And there is some strange happenings afoot. So there's been a body found out in the desert, but there's something unusual about this body that was found, which attracts the attention of FBI agent Ink. Yes, his name is Ink, I-N-K, which is really cute. So Ink gets involved in this, or Fink as he is also called, and of course there's the sort of territorial dispute between the local officer, the local sheriff, and the FBI agent coming in. And then we also have reservation police officers involved in this as well. So it's a really interesting cultural touches to this, on top of it being a really fun, interesting story. So I'm hoping that when the next chapter of The Pale comes out, that I can maybe try to get in touch with the creators, Jay and Sanders, and I'm going to pronounce your last names wrong, and I'm so sorry. Fabares? Please correct me, and I will correct this video. Hoping to get an interview with them, probably not after I butcher their name, but maybe if we can correct it, we'll get to it. I'd love to interview them on the live feed and see what they have to say about their creative process, about the things that they use. I know that we all talked about the amazingness of Clip Studio, which is what I use to help develop Bumpy's World and what was used to develop these as well. So yeah, I'd love to get to interview them and see some of their thoughts and share that with you guys as well. So that's what's happening right now, really diving into Bumpy's World. But lest we forget that our podcast for the Semi-Sages of the Pages came out this morning, is another one of our semi-sodes, so one of our little short episodes in between our long episodes. And this week's semi-sage was Teresa talking about our different topics that come up. So in our semi-sodes, we really want to address your questions, your topics that you're bringing to us via Twitter, Facebook, our Gmail, semisages@gmail.com, and all of those different ways that you've reached out to us. We're really trying to dig in to those topics as quickly as we can in 3 to 7 minutes. But to stay up to date with the things that you're asking of us, because it's really important that we address your questions. Without you and your contributions as semi-sages we could probably talk forever, let's be real. But it really helped to make the experience great for us because A, we know you're listening, and B, we want to help. That is our biggest goal, is to help other authors to find their paths, or other creatives to find their paths, and to be there for you as either guides or as humorous breaks to your day. We hope to serve as that for you. So that's that for the semi-sages. And I just want to talk a minute about our background here. So these these deers that are in the background, my boyfriend helped me to beautify. He spray painted the gold antlers. Now these deer were from Amazon, and I had bought them for my book launch a couple months back. But when I bought them, I didn't really take the time to look at the dimensions. It's good to read things before you purchase them. And I thought they were going to be little and really just nice little tiny touches. What I got were these giant things, which are absolutely amazing, and I couldn't be happier with them. And I'm just pausing to talk about it because I absolutely love seeing them in the background of this video. This is not a superimposed background. This is really my honest-to-goodness bookshelf here, with my honest-to-goodness Funkos in the background. Yes, that is the Golden Girls. Keep an eye on those as these videos progress. They might just change up. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to go write some emails and reach out to different people that I met this past weekend and follow up with all of those contacts there. If you have any questions at all, anytime, feel free to reach me. You can email me directly, author@sfaxon.com. You can go to my website, www.sfaxon.com, to sign up for my weekly newsletter. You can follow me on Facebook, which I imagine you are if you're watching this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is easy enough to find, sfaxon.com. And be sure to listen to the Semi-Sages of the Pages podcast. Thank you all again so much, and stay classy.